Today is Wednesday, May the 1st, and this was a wacky day. Of course, the NASDAQ got a big boost from Apple, although I think Google still continues to struggle. The Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P all tailed off around 2 o'clock in the afternoon when the Fed, to no one's great surprise, said that they were not going to change interest rates. If anybody thought that they were going to lower interest rates in a so-called booming economy, I don't know what they were thinking. Only Larry Kudlow thought that. If you were playing the market long, expecting the rates to go down, I don't know what to tell you. But look at the red in the market. It's pretty much red everywhere. Apple was the bright shining star. Facebook was a bit of green. But in healthcare, the advancers versus decliners was pretty much in favor of declining, 63% over 34%. And as we said yesterday, we thought that the McClellan oscillator wasn't going to change, and it didn't. It's registered 2 days at the same place, but now it's definitely going to take a drop because we needed an A to D of 259 issues difference for it to stay the same. Now remember, it's not using the same advancers and decliners as FinViz is. It's using a much smaller subset of about 3,000 issues. So we can expect it to be maybe down around the previous low. But let's go and let's look at the market here. Let's start with the S&P, which at one point was doing quite well and then just fell right out of this channel that we've been watching for the last, let's look at the hourly channel. Fell out of the hourly channel and ended up at 29.23. So I don't think that this chart is really up to date. So let's go over here. So we have fallen below the previous high. Remember, we double topped here, and then we had this little move up, and now we've fallen down below this previous closing high of 29.29. That's not a good thing, and we're getting pretty far away from the cloud. So we can expect, and the cloud is starting to not be as steep as it was. We can expect some pullback, and let's keep an eye on this gap. Apple, the volatility index picked up a little bit, but it's still not showing any signs of panic. Apple just had an unbelievable day. It ended up well off of its highs, but it still had a pretty impressive gap. Caterpillar lost $1.27, so my short 140 calls are still looking good. I'd like it to stay in the area of 138 so I can roll those short 140 calls into next week. We still are looking at cloud support that happened on Friday. Then we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow is up in the air, given the Fed announcement and the surprising reaction of the market to what they should have been expecting. Tomorrow could turn around and be, not such a bad day. Amazon continues to drop just a little bit. That's the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Still getting support on the 8 EMA. Gold is down. Intel is down 39 cents. Still has not closed the gap, but it's going to. I'm pretty sure it's going to. And then it might be an opportunity to look at it again as a buy. Western Digital finished off 32 cents. I still have the short 50 calls for the week. If we look at the daily, we had a gap that was created with the earnings. And today, we did a nice job of closing that gap on the high, and then we pulled back. So gaps do not like to be left open. They're inevitably going to be filled. It may take a long time, but they will get filled. And this one was already filled in 1, 2, 3 days. Whirlpool, still have our eye on Whirlpool. And we're looking at the weekly. And we would like to see a break of the cloud. But more importantly, we'd like to see the Chiku span break the 200 EMA. And we finished right dead on it today. So we can expect, let's put an alert here. Alert when the Chiku span crosses the 200-day exponential moving average. Let's trigger that a few times so we don't miss it. And okay. That's pretty much it. S&P down 22. That's really, we had a range of 30 points. So we were up 8 at one point and we finished down 22. I think today could be a day back in, tomorrow could be a day back in this channel.